Is Nashville right for you? Here's what you need to know before moving here in 2026. Now, when people think about moving here, they usually only focus on the highlights: jobs, growth, entertainment, and lifestyle. And while a lot of that is accurate, there are also things that people won't fully understand until they've already moved here. In this video, I'll be breaking down what it's actually like to live in Nashville, the positives, the challenges, and the things that tend to surprise people the most. By the end of this video, you should be able to answer one question honestly: is Nashville the right fit for your lifestyle? If you're new here, my name is Tierra. I'm a realtor here in Middle Tennessee, and I help people relocate here to the Nashville area. Some are coming from larger metro areas, some are coming from smaller towns, and some are just moving for work, family, or just simple lifestyle changes. Nashville can be a great place to live, but it's not the right fit for everybody. So my goal today is to give you some real information so that you can decide with clarity, not just excitement. So what does Nashville feel like on a day-to-day basis? One of the first things people notice when they move here is how approachable Nashville feels. People are generally friendly. Neighbors tend to acknowledge one another, and conversations happen more easily than in some larger cities. Now, for many people, that feels refreshing, especially coming from a place where everybody keeps to themselves. There's also a strong sense of community involvement out here. People show up for school events, sports, local businesses, and neighborhood activities. Now, this doesn't mean that it's perfect or small town quiet. Nashville is a growing metro, but there's still a level of connection that many people value. Next thing you should know about is the job market and economic growth. Our job market out here is on fire. A recent analysis ranked Nashville the #2 metro in the United States for employment opportunities and income potential. Unemployment here is super low, around 2.5%, which is almost unheard of. That means if you're moving here for work, odds are definitely in your favor. Healthcare, tech, music, finance, you name it, and the jobs are growing. This is also one of the biggest reasons why people move here to Nashville, because of the job market. Healthcare is a major driver here. Nashville is a healthcare hub with world-class hospitals and companies like HCA. Education, technology, logistics, finance, and corporate operations are also growing. For example, Amazon and Oracle are setting up shop here. And I'm sure you've heard that In-N-Out moved its headquarters over to Franklin, Tennessee. Nashville has continued to attract large employers, and because of that, unemployment has stayed below the national average. But with all of that being said, this is important. While job opportunities are strong, wages haven't always increased at the same pace as housing costs. So yes, there are abundant opportunities, but you still need to be strategic when planning a move here. Now, on the flip side of explosive growth is a higher demand for housing. And yes, traffic, we'll get to that. Now, housing costs and affordability is usually the biggest adjustment for people. Nashville is no longer considered a low-cost city. The median home price in Nashville is currently in the upper $500,000 range, basically around $590,000 for a home. Yes, you heard that right. To put this in perspective, that's roughly 20 to 30% higher than the US median home price. Housing isn't cheap. Prices have skyrocketed as Nashville has gained popularity. If you're coming from California or New York, you might think $590K isn't bad. Rent typically averages between $1,700 and $1,800 depending on the size and location. Now, if you're moving from a high-cost market such as California, that may seem reasonable. And if you're coming from a lower-cost area, that can feel like a major jump. But what matters most here is location. Nashville pricing varies significantly by neighborhood, commute, distance, and school zones. Two homes with the same price can offer very different lifestyles depending on where it's located. Now, the good news is things are starting to cool down and even out as far as the market, but it is still a competitive market out there. So you want to make sure you plan your budget accordingly. If you're planning to move here, come with a realistic budget Get pre-approved so that you know your buying power. This is where many people will benefit from working with someone locally, not just to find a house, but to understand how location is going to affect your daily life. Now, one thing Nashville does offer is a good variety. You can live closer to downtown with more density and activity if that's what you want, or you can choose more suburban areas with newer developments and more space. You can choose to live near parks or lakes, or just quieter residential neighborhoods. There's not an area that's one size fits all. It really just depends on how you want to live day to day. Some areas are going to prioritize walkability and proximity to restaurants and events. Others prioritize school zones, space, and commute patterns. Now let's talk about the food and entertainment scene out here in Nashville. Now Nashville has a very strong food scene that goes well beyond what it's known for nationally. The food scene out here has exploded in recent years. You'll find a wide range of dining options, from casual local spots to higher end restaurants, along with international cuisine and of course locally owned businesses. And I'm sure you've heard of our most famous dish out here, the Nashville hot chicken. This city takes hot chicken seriously. We even have an annual hot chicken week festival. But Nashville isn't just about hot chicken. We have classic southern comfort food, think fluffy biscuits and gravy at Loveless Cafe. We even have meat and three restaurants such as Arnold's Country Kitchen. Get fried chicken, mac and cheese, green beans, and pie, cafeteria style, served just like grandma used to. You'll also find a large selection of international cuisine, things such as authentic Thai, Indian food, Mexican food, and even Ethiopian food. Nashville's growth has brought people from all over the world, and they brought their cuisines with them. Now, entertainment options here are plentiful. Live music is available across the city, not just downtown. You have professional sports. There's football, hockey, soccer, and baseball. Nashville has the Tennessee Titans for your football fix, the Nashville Predators for hockey, and we also have Nashville SC, our major league soccer team, which plays in the brand new 30,000 Geodis Park, which is actually the largest soccer-specific stadium in the United States. There's going to be festivals, farmers markets, and seasonal events throughout the year. And for many people, this balance of entertainment without feeling overwhelming is a big draw. Nashville also offers access to outdoor activities that people don't always expect. There are multiple large parks within the city, and there's walking trails, greenways, and lakes nearby. You can hike, bike, paddle, or simply just enjoy green space without driving hours away. Now, this isn't a mountain or coastal city, but for many residents, the access to the outdoor space out here is more than enough for regular use. From Nashville, it's a short drive to the beautiful Percy Priest Lake, or you have Old Hickory Lake for boating and fishing. You also have Ratner Lake State Park, and it's been said that you can spot deer and turtles out there. Percy and Edwin Warner Park offers over 2,600 acres of forest, trails, and scenic overlooks. Nashville is truly an outdoor city when it wants to be and if the weather is permitting. From music and arts to food, sports, and nature, there's something here for everyone to fall in love with. Now let's talk about the parts that people don't always factor in. Traffic and transportation is a huge one. Nashville is a car-dependent city. Public transportation options are limited, and most residents rely on driving. Now, there was a report that actually ranked Nashville as the worst city in the U.S. for commuters. This cited our average commute times as 29.6 minutes one way. Now, 29 minutes may not sound that bad. I know a lot of bigger cities have longer commute times, but part of the issue is our infrastructure hasn't kept up with the growth. Nashville's roads, especially the interstates such as I-24 or 65 and I-40 that weave through downtown, can get gridlocked during rush hour almost daily. You'll likely be in traffic in both the morning and the evening, depending on what time you work. In 2024, a study showed that Nashville drivers spent about 63 hours stuck in traffic over a year's time. That's almost 3 full days of your life. So if you're moving here from a smaller town that doesn't have traffic, just be prepared. And you can try to learn some of the back roads, but even that has gotten ridiculous lately. Now, the city is working on it. They've been updating traffic light timing, and there's even a plan to add more bus routes down the line. We have a bus system named We Go Public Transit that serves the city, but coverage and frequency are fairly not great for most people's daily needs. There's also a single commuter train line, the Music City Star, that goes from a far east suburb into downtown. But yeah, the harsh reality is that almost everybody drives. Statistics show that only 0.6 of Tennesseans use public transit to commute. That's virtually nobody. And in Nashville specifically, almost every household has a car, which means you'll most certainly need a car if you plan to live here. And the second thing is almost everybody who has a car will be on the road around the same time. Now, if you're from LA or DC, you might think that Nashville traffic is nothing compared to your hometown. Now, we're not as congested as some of the bigger metro areas, but we're worse than many cities our size because of the rapid growth and lack of transit alternatives. Now, outside of rush hours, Nashville is pretty easy to get around. You can drive 15 to 20 minutes and be in a beautiful rural area outside the city. So it's really just those crunch times during the weekdays that are the most frustrating. Now, when you move here, make sure you test drive your commute at typical times so that you can see how it feels, and look for creative routes. And just know that everybody complains about the traffic. Now, concerning the weather here, Nashville does experience all 4 seasons. Summers are going to be hot and humid. From June through August, it's not unusual to see highs around 90 degrees or more. And with the humidity, it makes it even worse. Humidity is normally in the 70 to 80% range. You will become best friends with your air conditioner. You can expect lots of hot, sunny days. If you love warm weather and being outdoors, you'll definitely enjoy our long summers. If you don't like warm weather, those few months can feel sticky and tiring. Now, winters here are relatively mild. Nashville does get cold snaps, but the average winter day here is around 45 degrees as a high and 30 degrees as a low. Now, for me, being cold-natured, it's extremely cold here for me, and I really dislike the winters. This is about as far north up as I'll go in the United States. Now, we do get a little snow. It's roughly around 4 inches of snow per year on average. It may snow here maybe once or twice per winter. And when it does, you better believe the whole city is going to shut down. We're just not equipped like the northern cities. More often, we get a wintry mix or some ice, which is actually more troublesome for driving. So if you're coming from up north, our winters seem pretty easy peasy. And if you're from the south like me, our winters may feel a bit more chilly, but it's nothing crazy. Now, spring and fall here are gorgeous. Spring here means tornado season. And yep, we do get those severe storms. Now, tornadoes have hit our area. There was one in March of 2020 that did some significant damage. But those events are rare, but it seems like they're happening more often. More commonly, you're going to deal with thunderstorms and heavy rain in the spring. April and May can be quite wet. Fall is relatively dry, but the foliage here is beautiful. You're going to see very bright reds, oranges, yellows, all the pretty colors. Since living here, fall has become my favorite season, and the temperatures aren't too bad either. Many of us actually love the climate for those long summers and mild winters. Now, next up is schools and education. For families, school planning is essential. Nashville has some highly regarded schools, but quality is not evenly distributed across all zones. Now, many families are going to research school options carefully, including magnet programs, charter schools, or private schools. Our public schools are mixed in quality. There are some fantastic public schools in Nashville. I mean, top-notch rated. We have magnet high schools. There's great neighborhood schools, especially in areas like Green Hills and Sylvan Park. Now, many zoned public schools have struggled with lower performance scores. The phrase I hear a lot is there isn't a good K-12 curriculum in any one part of Nashville. In other words, you might get a great elementary school in your zone, but then the zone middle or high school isn't highly rated. Within Nashville, there's a good number of private schools, from religious affiliated to secular preparatory schools, but they can be pricey. Now, many wonderful families do thrive in Metro Nashville public schools. As a parent, you need to do your homework. Look up the school ratings, tour the schools, and maybe even talk to other parents. The good news is Nashville is big enough to where other options do exist. You're not stuck with just one path. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Tierra, that was a lot of information. So is Nashville right for you? Only you can answer that. But I hope I've helped clarify things and helped you get a clearer picture of what Nashville is really like. If you're still on the fence, or if you have specific questions that I didn't cover, please reach out. Drop a comment below or give me a call, email, or text. I'm happy to help. I'm here as a resource for you. Before you go, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I love to keep you in the loop. Feel free to share this with anyone thinking about making the move to Nashville. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and I will see you guys next week.